Hey guys, Sly here, and welcome back to a brand new video. And today, I finally got around to doing a playthrough of Resident Evil 3 Nemesis. This is actually one of the first games of the Resident Evil franchise I actually beat, aside from Resident Evil Survivor. This game introduced so many mechanics, including a few staples, like the 180-degree turn and Mercenaries. This was actually the first game to introduce those two. And like I just stated, became staples of the entire franchise. But I don't have Mercenaries Mode because I kind of looked for the PC version for download. I mean, I do own the game on PS3. I bought it off the PSN store back in the day, but I could try recording it off of that, but I feel like with emulation it controls much easier. Besides, it's not gonna really record that well because my TV is like a 50-inch HDR and it just doesn't really look that good, despite me loving this game. But the most unique about this is the titular character, Nemesis, the one that you're seeing on the screen holding Brad's head. He will actually stalk you throughout the entire game. Like, if you try to run away from him to another room, he can actually follow you into that room. But I actually beat him on every encounter, except for the one on the cable car, because that one isn't really worth doing. And I'll explain that when commentary me takes over. Anyways, so I'm gonna go for an A rank. I'll also explain that during the playthrough. This game has been like my favorite out of the original trilogy. Mainly because there's like more strategy to it, like the ammo crafting system, the dodging and all of that, which also I will get into once I head in the game. So Mercenaries Mode is basically you go to point A to point B, rescuing hostages and whatnot. And it's actually unlocked from the start if you have the PC version. However, I do not have Mercenaries Mode because I decided to just find the RE3 copy. Because I tried running it through emulators. Like, I tried running it on Dreamcast, tried running it on PlayStation emulators, nothing. Well, here's the thing, the PlayStation emulation had a bunch of graphical errors, like some of the fire was completely invisible. Then the Dreamcast version would crash as soon as the intro played. As soon as the intro finished playing. It was ridiculous. But, you see that there's two modes, easy mode and hard mode. The only difference is with easy mode, you start off with a handgun and an assault rifle, but the hard mode you just start with just a handgun. Load game, self-explanatory, and epilogue. Now this game has replayability value depending on choices you make, another thing that they added to this game. But every time you beat the game, regardless of which rank you get, you'll get an epilogue, which is basically a where are they now of the Resident Evil characters in this timeline up until this point. So you'll get an epilogue for Ada, Chris, Claire, Leon, Jill, Sherry, and Hunk. And I believe, wait, I think I'm missing one. Barry. I think I was missing Barry. but we beat the game 8 times, you will basically get a message that you can only get one time. Basically saying, even though the Raccoon City days are over, Umbrella's experiments live on, or something like that. Something to that effect. And then it just says, thank you for playing. So, I think I've blabbered on long enough. I'm going to teach you guys some exploits on how to take down Nemesis here. Also, some stuff that if you guys own the Prima strategy guide, I know I own one. My uncle gave it to me. When he found out that I borrowed this game from my grandparents, he basically just lended that to me. And that was how I used to beat it in middle school. You son of a bitch. Yeah, it's gonna go through the demo mode. Alright, blah 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 blah. Yeah, intro, all that. There is some stuff in the guide that doesn't tell you. I will explain what it is when commentary me takes over. So, let's do hard mode. And another thing to mention is this version has its benefits. So if you choose this version, all the special costumes are unlocked from the start. But in the PC version, you get 2 extra. So in total, including your, regular outfit, you get 8. And also in this version, you can skip door animations. So this port is the go-to for like speed runners and whatnot. But I blabbered long enough. Let's get into the game.
Resident Evil.
It all began as an ordinary day in September. An ordinary day in Raccoon City. A city controlled by Umbrella. No one dared to oppose them, and that lack of strength would ultimately lead to their destruction. I suppose they had to suffer the consequences of their actions, but there would be no forgiveness. If only they had had the courage to fight. It's true that once the wheels of justice begin to turn, nothing can stop them. Nothing. It was Raccoon City's last chance, and my last chance. My last escape.
This is Chopper Delta, preparing to drop off at area E95070. Over.
What are they?
Farewell to my life, farewell to my home. This is my last chance for survival. This is my last escape. So, this game literally starts off with a bang. So, just run past the zombie, yeah, you're gonna get grabbed. But go past here and the cutscene plays.
September 28th, daylight. The monsters have overtaken the city. Somehow, I'm still alive. Okay, we've got to get out of here.
What? What do you think you're talking about? I just lost my daughter out there! How dare you tell me to go back outside?
I'm sorry about your daughter, but there isn't gonna be any rescue. We have to get out of here.
No! I'm not going anywhere. I'd rather starve to death in here than be eaten by one of those undead monsters! Now leave me alone!
Now that guy right there that we talked to, his name is Dario. And he locked himself in there and he will remain there. So I'm going to try to get into the mechanics a little bit. So if this is your first time playing, you will get stuff in your inventory called Game Instructions A and B. And you just use those to put it under the Files category. And as you can see right here, I'm about to grab some gunpowder. That's a new addition to this game, making ammo. So basically how this works is you grab the gunpowder and combine it with the reloading tool, and then it will put out ammo. So gunpowder, you'll see me grab two kinds of gunpowder, gunpowder A and gunpowder B. And gunpowder A is always going to be handgun ammo, and gunpowder B is always going to be shotgun shells. However, you can make a different type of gunpowder, gunpowder C, if you combine the two together. Gunpowder C by itself will make grenade launcher rounds. So we encounter Brad here. We're going to take care of these zombies. Anyways. As I was saying, the whole gunpowder thing can be a bit hard to grasp a bit, especially with gunpowder C, because of the different variants it has. So, gunpowder triple C will always make magnum ammo, but you'll never see me do that because it's too costly. Gunpowder CC will make freeze rounds. Gunpowder CB will make acid rounds, and gunpowder CA will make flame rounds. So as you see, we get a shotgun there. And you can actually craft enhanced ammo if you combine enough parts. Combine enough gunpowder with the reloading tool. Because I believe on the fourth combine, instead with the standalone A gunpowder, around the fourth or fifth time, instead of giving you like 15 bullets, it will start giving you 17 bullets. And I believe around the 7th or 8th time, it might be more, it will give you a prompt to give you enhanced ammo. And you'll never see me make enhanced ammo, because I'll explain why later on. But as you can see, like, I keep herbs on me, but not, you know, whatchamacallit, first aid sprays. Because of the fact that, regarding first aid sprays, if you use them, you kind of get penalized for it, but not in the way in the last game. So we're encountering Brad in the bar, but you don't have to help him. He'll kill the zombie by himself, but I just decided to help him, so. And then after he does that, it'll trigger a cutscene.
Brad, hang in there. Why isn't someone doing something about this?
I didn't know you were still alive, Jill.
The police aren't trained for this kind of situation. What could they do? Listen, he's coming for us. We're both gonna die.
What are you saying?
You'll see. He's after STARS members. There's no escape.
So we encounter Brad and he walks off and he mentions something trying to kill all the STARS members. What could it be? So we collected a picture. Now in this, I'm gonna teach you how to get Jill's diary, which involves collecting all the files in a certain order. So use the lighter on this, and they will break through. And there's another thing that it introduces, shooting explosive objects. So as you can see, I'm just sitting here, I'm just waiting for the zombies to gather around here. And yeah, this dumbass zombie blocks me. There you go. So on this dead corpse, you will get photo A. And oh yeah, I forgot. This game actually takes place before and after Resident Evil 2. So this part of the game takes place before Leon reaches the RPD, which kind of has some plot holes in it, but I'll explain why later. Alright, so I'm just putting away all the full heal items. Alright, there we go. Put the lighter away because we don't need it, and just grab these gunpowder. And start making handgun bullets and shotgun shells. Because, well, we need it. Because coming up is going to be our first Nemesis fight. And we're going to be sweet. I'm going to teach you an exploit that you can use. So coming up, here is another cutscene.
Jill!
Brad!
We've gotta... Jill! Help!
No!
Alright, so it'll show off a new thing that you can do called live selections, where you can make a choice. I choose to fight the monster because even if you do want to fight Nemesis, you should choose it anyways, so you can grab Brad's ID card, and after that you can head inside. But in this playthrough, I'm gonna beat Nemesis in every encounter, except the one in the cable car, because that one's not very necessary because he doesn't drop anything. And yes, you heard me right. He drops things when you defeat him, only in certain circumstances. So run to this corner and he will not be able to touch you. So I'm just sitting back there and he'll run away and then he'll run back trying to get me. But it's not foolproof because every once in a while he will get himself out of that glitch. So you should still be on your toes. And yeah. Like, it's so easy, it's like hilarious. So I've been trying to like look through how to get an A rank, because I do get it in this playthrough, but I've only gotten it because I lay off first aid sprays and just use like green herbs by themselves. Just because of the fact that there's a few criteria for the A rank, right? Yeah, Nemesis kind of kicking my ass here. Ooh, I dodged. That's another thing you can do. You can dodge, or the game calls it an emergency evade. So he drops the Eagle Parts A there, and next he'll drop the other half of the parts. But the emergency evade, how you do it is when an enemy is about to like hit you, you press the aim button and Jill will dodge. Or there's another way to do it while you're aiming. And when the enemy is about to hit you, just press the shoot button and she'll also dodge. Alright, so use that. Anyways, the A rank. So I believe, at least this is what I got from G-Star at least. Yes, I know I keep mentioning G-Star. But he's like the only person that can really like compare like what the A rank requirements are. So there's 3 criteria that each worth 100 points, which all equals 300. Amount of times you save, how many times you have healed, and how quick you beat the game. Now, look at this. This was the plot hole I was talking about. Marvin isn't supposed to be dead here, because, like I said, this takes place before Resident Evil 2. Marvin would have been alive if Leon or Claire, depending on who played the A scenario, talked to him in Resident Evil 2. But with the healing, this isn't necessarily like in Resident Evil 2 where you can use as many healing items as you want just as long as it isn't first aid sprays. This is totally different. So I discovered, okay, this is how it works. Every full heal item is worth 200 points. And 2 greens are worth 100, and green herbs themselves are worth 50. You cannot exceed the amount of limits over 1500 or 1150. I don't know. It's all confusing to me. And the time is, you cannot take longer than 2 hours 30 minutes to beat the game, or else you'll be subtracted points. And amount of times you save, I do not save a single time in this game, so I don't have to worry about that. I think you can get away with saving once, but to be on the safe side, don't save. So the point here is to go in the STARS office and get a weapon. Now, there is some RNG in this game, because sometimes there'll be a grenade launcher in there, and sometimes it will be a Magnum. So you can either get the grenade launcher there or the Magnum, and when you go to the substation later, you can get the Magnum if you've got the grenade launcher at the police station, or the grenade launcher if you got the Magnum in the station.
No! Come, anyone! Our platoon is cut off! No survivors found! This is Carlos!
Alright, so what we heard there is a new character named Carlos, and he's sending out a distress signal. But we do encounter him a little bit later. So coming up next is going to be our next Nemesis encounter. And do what I do, because you know he has a rocket launcher. But all you have to do is just bait him to keep shooting it. Because my guide that I had never told me this, and he will eventually run out of ammunition. Yeah, I completely... There you go. He's completely out of ammo, so he won't have his rocket launcher anymore. So I'm going to unlock that, but I won't pick up what's inside. Now you'll see why I cleared all the zombies out here. Here's another exploit. Run into that room and hug the bookshelf. And he won't be able to touch you. But like the other ones, it's foolproof. He can get out of it. And if he does, do what I do. Just run out. Run right back in. And just rinse and repeat. He will not be able to touch you. Yeah, I'm out of the ammunition for the shotgun. That's okay. But it kind of can be a double-edged sword, because even though like he can't touch you or anything, but if he does get free, you won't really have room to dodge. Because if he does try grabbing you, and when he grabs you, it's one of his more devastating attacks. But you won't have enough room to move if you need to dodge, I don't think. And sometimes I freak out here, and yeah, he grabs me. But if you can't really use exploits, I'm gonna give you a few tips on how to beat him, you know, one-on-one. You see that sleeved arm he has? He will always grab you with that arm. In order to run past him safely, run past his right side. And he will always miss if you run past him. So we took him down again, and we got the other half of the handgun. And we got some gunpowder from there. We do encounter a gem in that other filing cabinet, but as you see, I don't have enough room for it. So I decided to put away the grenade launcher and stuff and make gunpowder C. And we get a more powerful version of the handgun. Now, about the enhanced handgun ammo that I mentioned earlier. And I hope you guys understand how that works. I try to explain it as brief as possible. But enhanced handgun ammo will never be able to work with the craftable weapons, including the Eagle handgun and the M37. But you're wondering why the Eagle 6.0 is better than the original handgun? Well, basically, like a lot faster fire rate and reloading speed. Like, you'll see it in action soon, and oh my god, it's just better than the previous handgun. So we've done everything we needed to do in the police station, except grab a green herb. Yeah, I always heal here just to be safe. I always try to constantly be on fine. I still get an A rank even though I heal a bunch with the green herbs, because that's all I use is single green herbs. In any other game I would never do that, because of the fact that you're kind of getting penalized for it. So go over to this body here, you'll see a creature climb out one of the windows. Here you'll get some bullets and a file. we will encounter those creatures later on. So you're probably wondering why that cutscene ended so abruptly when we first encountered Nemesis. Well, first things first, I actually died there, which really sucked, but you know, what can you do? I actually died 2 times in my previous runs trying to make this video. One to one of those creatures that we will encounter shortly, and the first Nemesis fight. It was absolute bullshit. He just kept grabbing me, even though I was like dodging and everything. Because with Nemesis, if he grabs you and you're on orange caution or danger, you're instantly dead. Like, don't even bother trying to break free. So, take care of the dogs, take that gunpowder bee, and go inside. Now, you want to interact with that car that's sparking, but before you do, kill these dogs first. There you go, I dodged that dog. And you're probably wondering why we need to. Well, we're gonna grab a power cable right here, and we kind of need that later on to fix a cable car. Later on. But for now, I think I just put it away. And you are going to need the lockpick, so do keep it on you. Yeah, I'm trying to organize things. And I do like it in this game, they kind of color code the items. So, healing items are green, weapons are red, and other miscellaneous items are blue. Also quest items. So here we are, we're going to be introduced to a new enemy type. These enemies are called Drain Demos, or what my strategy guide called them, Brain Suckers. Do be careful, they can poison you. And run right out through here. There was another one in there, but I didn't bother killing it because they respawn when you go through there anyways to get to the substation. But as you can see, I dodged while I was firing, so all I do is aim and I just hold down that button and it just fires super quick. And I have like a 90% chance I will automatically dodge, which is great. So do check over there, because sometimes on one of those tables there will be gunpowder. But anyways, we're going to use the lockpick to get this fire hook to open that one trap door, and after that we are going to get a cutscene.
What's that?
Calm down, lady. I'm no zombie. My name's Carlos, Corporal of Umbrella's Biohazard Countermeasure Force. What's your name?
Jill, did you just say you belong to Umbrella's army?
Yeah. We came all the way out here to save you civilians, but the mission went bad the minute we landed.
How did he find me?
Uh-oh. So Nemesis coming. So you have 2 options. Hide inside the kitchen or run to the basement. Choose to hide inside the kitchen. You're about to find out why.
Over here.
Are you crazy? You could have barbecued both of us.
He did a funny... Anyways, you basically get a free item and incapacitate him, like, right off the bat when you pick hide inside the kitchen. But he'll get back up. I take him down here, too, because if you don't, then he will pursue you when you leave the restaurant. So I try to take care of him twice. So my method is to just use Carlos as like a human shield, just to let him take all the punishment while you just fire away at him. But do be mindful that Carlos can die. And I believe after this fight he was on danger, and I started getting really nervous. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna fuck this up. See, he starts limping. I'm like, please die. Yeah, he was on danger. And now he's moving super slow. But yeah, if he did die, then this whole run would have been over. So just leave outside the restaurant and we will get another cutscene.
Wait. I have to ask you something.
I know. You want to ask me out? All the foxy ladies love my accent. It drives them crazy.
What? Keep dreaming. Tell me, why did Umbrella send your team in?
We're here to rescue the civilians.
Don't lie to me. Umbrella is the reason why this whole mess began.
Look, we're just mercenaries, hired hands. Do you really think the master would tell his dogs why they have to retrieve the stick he just threw? If you want answers, you should talk to someone else. I am not with Umbrella. Believe it or not, we're only here to rescue the civilians. If you can trust me, then help us. Think about it.
Think about it. God, I love this game. But we will encounter him again later on. So make sure you put away the lockpick. We don't even need it anymore. Oh, right here, I'm about to craft some freeze rounds by combining not triple C, but double C with the reloading tool. But you don't really have to fully make it from the reloading tool, because you can actually combine gunpowder with a grenade launcher, and combining either A or B or C would give you different types of grenade launcher ammunition. Combining A with grenade launcher rounds would give you flame, B acid, C freeze. You will need as much of freeze rounds as you can, because those are Nemesis killing rounds. And they are the most efficient way to take them down very quickly. Alright, so do get the blue gem out of your inventory. And don't forget to collect that handgun bullets. So there's going to be this thing here, we just need to put the gem in it. And then as you can see, we need another gem. So our next destination is going to be the Raccoon Press. And here's the thing, like, where you go first can affect your outcome. Because if we went to the Raccoon Press first, we would have encountered Carlos there instead of the restaurant. So this game does have a bit of replayability. Anyway, so what we're supposed to do is get up on there and turn on the power to the switchboard and open this shutter. Yep, turn it on. And there's a fire going on. So run up these stairs. This game will try to jump scare you. Yeah, don't worry about that. That doesn't actually hurt you. So taking care of Nemesis in the restaurant is a very good idea, because you can see like zombies are here. If you come up here and you didn't take care of Nemesis a second time in that restaurant, there wouldn't be any zombies here. And as soon as you step out of this office, guess who's waiting for you? Nemesis. And you really have no room to maneuver, so you're in a very crappy spot. Now make sure you grab this photo first, and then grab that journal over there, otherwise you will miss out on your chance to grab Jill's diary. Yeah, he's dead. Alright, reporter's memo. Now, I need to address something. Some people are saying you have to, you know, go through the files in order for it to count towards getting Jill's diary. I've tested this out, you do not have to actually scroll through it. You can just pick it up and then just hit the back button, and it won't penalize you for it. So if you want to do this quick, well, you can. Anyways, gonna take a trip to the item box so I can put some stuff away. Put away the oh, I'm making some handgun bullets. But I don't seem to be really combining anything because of the fact that I'm just mainly focused on freeze rounds. Like, sure, like every once in a while I'll craft either like shotgun shells or handgun bullets. But anyways, there's gonna be the last gem and you can now pass through City Hall. And much later on we will be encountering Nemesis in this area. But since we have the rusted crank, we're gonna go here first and use this rusted crank that we picked up in that safe room. But as you can see, it breaks, and we're gonna need a wrench, which we do not have at the moment, so we could just leave this area